Hey everyone, Ben Coomber Radio, episode number 300. Shit, how did we get this far? What have we done? Mate, it all seems like a blur. I reached out to, obviously, social media and I was sort of talking to people about what are we going to do for episode 300. And I'll be really honest, some amazing ideas came in. And I haven't been organised enough to do some of these amazingly elaborate things. Like, one suggestion we got was to pick 3 tips from every guest from 300 shows. I'm like, how do you even start to do that? That'd be like a full-time job for a month. Anyway, the reality is we've got another awesome guest on the show. The guest we've got today is a little bit different from what we'd usually have, but someone that has gone all in to probably the fastest growing health trend on the planet right now, which is veganism. We're going to talk to this guy. We're going to delve into his background. We're going to experience endurance training and eating like vegan. Matt Pritchard, welcome to the show. Hello.
Hello, Ben. How are you? All Mate, good.
I'm awesome. I like it. You're being your badass self. You're in bed. There's no rules.
Nope. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. Well, actually, earlier than that, I was up past 3. And then my alarm went off at 4. Then I was going to go to the gym. And then I started watching something on YouTube. And, yeah, it went out the window. So I'll go to the gym after this.
Mate, we're synced. I was up at about 3:30 this morning. We could have done the show and woken everyone up.
What were you up early for? You got your busy day, or?
Mate, I just, now and again, I wake up, my mind's buzzing, and I'm like, I'm not going to sit in bed, I'm going to get up and make these ideas happen. So I got up and cracked on with my work and got loads of stuff done. So nice. My brain's quite often like that when it knows it's got a lot to do. It's a case of getting up and hustle on the day.
Yeah.
Mate, so for people that don't know who you are, we need to give a bit of background because a couple of people's ears might have pricked up and a couple of people might recognise your accent. Your background and probably your fame initially came from the Dirty Sanchez show.
Yeah. It was skateboarding to start with, and then that skateboarding then sort of turned into Dirty Sanchez, and that's, I think, I don't know if that's, I suppose, it's become a household name, is it? Sort of? I don't know.
Sort of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, household name for shoving utensils up his bottom and smashing things on his head and going up to all kinds of wrong and weird, wonderful things.
So what does Dirty Sanchez look like now? Does it still exist? I know I saw something online about Dirty Sanchez does Colombia. Was that the most recent thing that Dirty Sanchez did?
No, we haven't done anything to do with Colombia.
Oh, okay.
That must be something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not doing Dirty Sanchez anymore. It's actually 15 years since we first started Dirty Sanchez. So me and Dayton are going to hit the road on April the 8th. We've got a spoken word tour or an evening with Pritchard and Dayton. We're doing it with O2 Academies. It's got 6 dates for the first set. Matt Stocks, who is another well-known podcaster, he's going to be sort of the ringmaster, I suppose you could say, the one asking us the questions and all that kind of stuff. And we'll just be showing footage that hasn't even seen the light of day, talking about our years in Dirty Sanchez, telling people stories. And then we'll have questions and answers where the crowd can ask us questions on our years in Sanchez or whatever they want to ask us. And then we'll have a meet and greet after. So I think we're going to Bournemouth, Oxford, Sheffield, Leicester, Bristol. So yeah, we've got a few. Then we got more. We got another tour in July. We haven't got the dates yet, and then we got one in November, and then we'll be going to Australia with it.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. So obviously, this show doesn't really want to talk about all the different kitchen utensils that's been up your arse as much as I'm interested, and some people will be interested. We should probably veer away from that. You have ventured very much into kind of the health and fitness world, and previously people would say you were probably very far removed from being a health and fit guy because of the way that you treated your body. Talk me through the process of realising that, shit, actually, I need to pay attention to my body, and what happened in that process, because it sounded like you made some quite extreme changes.
Yeah, whenever I get into something, I get into it. I don't just tickle on the outskirts. I go in all guns blazing and find out whatever it is, this whatever I get into is all about. And it was when I was in Sanchez, you know, because I didn't really have responsibilities. I was filming a TV show, didn't have to get up at a certain time. You know, I had loads of money in the bank, and I just delved right into the partying big time. And I had fun doing it. I had many years of just absolutely caning myself with various party products and everything. And then as I got older, you just get to that point in your life where you think, this kind of lifestyle ain't going to last for long. So if I carry on, it'll be 6 foot under. And I just took one look at myself one day, and I just looked a mess, and I went, right, I need to start doing something about this. So I started getting into fitness. I started with a half a marathon, which the Cardiff half marathon. I did it when I was 15, and I thought, wonder if I could still do that. So I did that, and that was me then. It was that started my addiction with fitness, and slowly but surely, I think that was 2008 did the marathon. Then it went to a full marathon, Ironman, etc. And as the years started ticking down, and as the older I got, the more I just kept waking up to everything around me. It's mental. The amount of things I've woken up to since I got older is just unreal. I think when you're young, you just don't care. Your head's elsewhere. You don't give a damn about anything. All you give a damn about is yourself and what you're doing. But it just opened my eyes, and ever since, I feel great. I feel great now. I feel amazing. But then, you know, if I still like a party, don't get me wrong. You know, like I think everyone likes a party, but it's just nowhere near like what it used to be before.
So you saw yourself, made a decision, made changes. Did it ruin or impact your career? Because you had a real strong identity, and then you started to change that identity. Did it fuck up the TV show or what was planned in the future?
No, the TV show had already gone, because I think TV washed their hands of us, to be honest with you. You know, we did what we could do. We couldn't do any more. I mean, if we took it any further, we would have been delving into quite dangerous territory. But me and Dayton carried on touring, as in going to nightclubs and stuff, doing gigs and all that kind of malarkey. And then I think about 3.5, 4 years ago, I just completely knocked that on the head. And it's went from there, really.
How I'm intrigued, because you see a lot of people that are in the public limelight that have a certain amount of success around something, and you just mentioned that you essentially took Dirty Sanchez as far as it was going to go without really like bleeding it, and it starting to kind of die a bit of a horrible death. It's almost like going out on a high, like finishing a career in professional football at the age of 35 and going out on a high. Did you struggle with the transition of having like a certain amount of success and then almost like that success being taken away to a degree and having to focus on other projects? Because for a lot of people, that can lead people down a bit of a minging path.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head there. It did. And I think it happened with all of us. Well, I can only speak about myself, but we sort of, I could see when we were touring, the crowd. When we first started touring, the crowds were huge and they were massive, and it was just like, yeah. And me and Dave kept touring the show, and the crowds were dwindling, and the older I got, the more it was like a realization of, oh, what am I doing? I'm just, because the money was good.
Yeah.
I'm just literally just doing this for the money. And then I started feeling a bit wrong because I was so old and I was on stage sticking drumsticks up my ass. I mean, seriously, man, it's like, I was like a 4-year-old dude on stage doing stuff like that. And some people are like looking at me and they just thought, this is just wrong, man. This is, this has come to an end. Got to stop it. And I think that's one of the, and things just started getting a bit heavy-handed. And so I just knocked it on the head, really, to be honest, just stopped. And yeah, you're right. I think after having so many years being in the limelight and being, what we actually, because we're in 64 countries over the world, 400 million people watch the show. And from going up there to down there, it's a hard one to suck, because, I don't know, you just, it's almost like I can't trying to find a good way of explaining it. Well, like, 1 minute you're working 9 to 5, next minute you're an international TV star. You've got no worries at all. You've got agents doing everything for you, people doing everything for you. You've got loads of money in the bank, and you've just got all the time in the world on your hands. And then all of a sudden, it's all gone, and it's like, whoa. So you really do have to find something else to replace that buzz that you used to get from doing all the TV stuff and going on stage and all these people screaming, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, yeah. So I think I replaced my high with fitness, really. And I think that's where, and I knew there wasn't, I knew all that was going, so I had to concentrate on something else. So I got myself a business, a tattoo and barber shop. So I concentrated on that. Plus I was concentrating on my fitness. So I that's what I replaced it with, I think.
Did that happen quite quickly, or was there quite a lag where you were going out and just fucking killing time and, not really doing anything before that penny dropped and thought, actually, fucking, I need to do something here?
Yeah, there was a part where I wouldn't quite really say the realization that I have to sort my life out. I think it's just, you just don't think about it. It just sort of happens. It's weird. It's like this lull. What do I do with my life? When you're in that TV world, you think it's going to last forever. You think, this is me now. This is me for the rest of my life. And I think when everyone gets into that TV world, you think you're going to make an absolute shitload of money. You'll never have to work again. And the reality is, we did make a shitload of money, but I spent it all. Yeah, long story. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I literally spent it all, and I was left with quite a chunk in my bank account. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to just blow all this partying as well, and just end up back where I started, 9 to 5, doing something I didn't really enjoy? So I need to do something. And when I was on the road, I always had this idea of opening a tattoo and a barber shop. But at the time, I was so busy, I didn't have any time to open a tattoo and barber shop. I was too busy on the road, too busy getting drunk. My head wasn't in the right place. And I thought, right, well, that idea that I had, that dream that I had, I either do it now with the chunk of money that I've got and take the gamble and hope it works and just have a business then, and I can carry on doing, whilst looking after my business, I can also do my fitness stuff and everything that I've always wanted to do. So I just thought, right, I just bit the bullet and just went for it, really. And I just got a unit in town and plowed all my money into it, and fingers crossed, 4 years this month, and it's still there. And it's doing really well, and that's really just down to the team. It took a while to get a good team, and at the moment we've got a really good team in the shop. Everyone's amazing, and it's just basically down to them, really. They've worked hard, and the shop's doing really well.
Was it a steep learning curve for you to learn how to run a business, because you weren't doing that before? the reason why I asked that is, as a business owner myself and a leader of a team of people, it took me quite a while to build a team that had a huge amount of value, but money doesn't fix every problem. You can have 100 grand in the bank and build an amazing shop, but without an amazing team, your barbershop's just useless.
Yeah, exactly. It's all. That's one thing I did learn when I learned a lot when I opened the business. I mean, there's no time to fart about. This is the real deal. You've got to take action. If you don't, it's just going to go down the Swanee. But that's one thing I did learn was staff. Staff can. I've been pretty lucky. I've had one or two been hard work. Some people don't get on. There's egos, all this kind of stuff. But like I said, it took a while. But now, there's a great team there. And like you said, I could have like 500,000 in the bank. If you haven't got a good team, then that shop's going to go slowly but surely going to go downhill. So I've got a manager in there. He was my tour manager whilst we were, my mates he'd been my mate for over 25 years, Adrian Rook. He was my tour manager as well. I've known him for years. He's extremely trustworthy. He's a really good person. He likes to chat. He's great with people. I'm not too good with people, to be honest, hence why I don't really work in the shop. So I got him in because when I'm away everywhere, I need somebody in there, and I trust the team in there, but I need somebody to manage the shop and look after everyone whilst I'm away. And he turned up, and he's been in now 2 years, and yes, just made such a difference. He's really good to the staff. Everyone likes him. He's just a really good boss, and he's great with the customers as well because he likes to chat. So when the customers come in, they've always got a happy face there. He greets them. If he's not busy, I'll sit down and chat with him. He takes the piss of people. He has a laugh. So, coming into the shop, although there's a good team there, plus you've got a good... When blokes come into the barbers, they want somewhere so they can sit down and feel relaxed and have a laugh with the whole team. And that's the kind of, that's what the shop is like, day in, day out.
I think the reason why I wanted to understand your transition period more than anything is I think a lot of people struggle with almost taking a new step. And the reality is there's no perfect way to take a new step. Like for you, you literally just had to take the step and realise that you're going to have to go through a teething problem. It's like I launched one business in 2009, and then in 2016 we launched another business. And you have that lull of like, oh, why isn't it going as well as the other businesses now? And it's like, well, it's like anything. You've got to earn your stripes again. You've got to evolve. Like you don't become a master just because you've mastered something else. You don't get to walk through a magic shiny door. You've got to walk through the first door again, and hopefully you just go through all the other doors quicker because you've got a few of the keys, you've got a few of the blueprints now because you've already been there and done it. And I think I wanted to be able to normalise that from someone who's gone from a huge high to having to kind of redefine a certain identity again.
Yeah, you're right. But I've been there now. I've sort of, like you said, I've got the experience. It was completely new to me. And to tell you the honest truth, I wouldn't really say I'm that much of a good boss because things really stress me out. I get really I don't lose my temper. I just get, I don't know, I just think everyone should be like me, but then, everyone is not like me. So, but then that's hard to try and get to grips with something. Everyone's different and you've got to learn to deal, hence why when Aid came in, he deals with all that kind of stuff, which confuses me. He does it really well. So, yeah, he's a massive help to the business. And again, if we were to open a new shop, we've learned so much from opening the first one. Yes, you still have to start again, but you've got a little bit more experience on how to deal with those little hiccups, eh?
Definitely. I think you picked up on something that I'm a massive proponent of there is self-awareness of your character. Like, I am the same as you, and loads of other people will be. Like, it's natural to think that you are almost the best human in the world because you are your own human. You are the focus of your universe. And for everyone to be like you is impossible, but you're going to think that way. But the reality is you have to appreciate that you have great skills in some areas and, you know, bad skills in other areas. And you have to say, right, I need you to help me out here. And you need to be completely vulnerable in that process, right, of admitting to yourself that I'm not great at this. I need your help. But please value the fact that actually I'm really good at this and I need to be able to flourish and do this.
Yeah, you know, I am a good boss because I'm sort of like the good cop in the business. You know, I like to look after my staff, and I think that is a key to having a good business. If your staff are happy, then the business is happy and everyone's working out. And I just like to look after them. You know, every now and again I'll buy some food, I'll buy them lunch, and you know, just look after them, just make them feel like you know, I haven't forgotten about them because I'm not always there in the shop. I'm always away, and I'm doing my own thing. And another thing I've got to remember as well is most of the team they're in their early 20s. I mean, I have to keep sort of taking my mind back. What was I like when I was in my early 20s? You know, I wasn't the person I am now. So I've got to sort of try and take into account that they're much younger than me, and sort of, you know, if they do have problems, to try and help them with my life experience as well.
So let's sidestep. Let's talk about your transition into health and fitness and what you're doing now, because I'm intrigued. Your personality sounds quite extreme. You go all in. You've mentioned that. With the whole veganism and the training, is that why you gravitated towards vegan eating? Because it's almost like it's extreme. The same with endurance training. Like, you didn't just stop at a marathon. You're like, whoa, well, I'm going to do an ultra marathon or whatever.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think there's many reasons for why I went vegan. It's the love for animals. There's the fitness thing, health reasons, and just the general way they actually treat the animals these days. It's just disgusting. I mean, now that I think I'm about 2.5 years vegan, and I'm just learning every day. And the way food is treated, the chemicals they put in your food, in meats, dairy is just disgusting. I mean, it's just horrible. And I'm really glad that I actually found veganism and I actually woke up and started researching foods and all this kind. Because I'm a chef by trade, and that was my first. I went to college to study being a chef and stuff, so I sort of understand food a little bit more than most. But then I didn't. When I started researching veganism, I didn't know that much about food because I didn't realise how bad dairy was. And then I started realising what they were doing to our meat, and not just that, even with vegetables and fruits, and GMO and all this kind of stuff, and Monsanto. It's just it's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. Well, all our veg should be organic. We should be eating organic vegetables, all of us. Remember, we all got these alien seeds which Monsanto own and that they sell, and then you can't regerminate the seeds and stuff. You've got to buy them back. It's just and you know those seeds are making us ill, hence making big pharma loads of money and blah blah. It's just we're all just getting iller and iller and iller, and I think that's their aim. So I think we all just need to wake up and realise what they're trying to do and try to be as fit as possible, to be honest, or as healthy as possible.
So I respect a lot of those reasons for you being vegan. And the only problem that I have with some of the vegan movement and how it's presented to other people, because you have a belief structure now and you do a certain amount of things a certain way from the education and the research that you've been doing. Now, the only problem is, and I appreciate where I'm coming from with this, because I got really into like paleo eating when, you know, I was a lot younger. And the problem is when you get into something, you go down that rabbit hole. and you don't look out from that rabbit hole. You keep going down it, and it keeps intensifying. So part of the kind of the vegan framework is that people get very militant, about the humane side of it. And if, for example, if someone doesn't believe in the same way, then people have to respect that they don't believe it to that same degree about animal welfare and all that kind of stuff. And I don't question that moral standing for a second. The only problem that I have is that then people then start to use that as justification or intensification on some of the things that might not be as factual or scientifically driven. So some of the facts that are thrown around about veganism, if you were to look to some of the scientific research, you might say, well, actually at the moment that's not backed up. That's just opinion that's been intensified through a belief system. And so I'm kind of almost interested, when you talk about veganism, how do you almost share your beliefs and what it's changed for you without almost being militant and like ramming it down people's throats?
That's one thing I said I'd never do when I turned vegan, because that is what I don't like about veganism. Is these people banging on about it, forcing. I mean, they're forcing stuff on people. It's like, stop doing stuff. Stop doing that, because you're instantly putting people off being a vegan. Because I hate it. I know I'm a vegan, and I hate it when I go online and I see these people. Oh, they're jumping down people's necks. Whoa, chill out. Educate them, tell them about it, and then they can make that decision. At the end of the day, they're old enough to make their own decisions. So if by you having to go at them screaming down their throats, they're not gonna listen. Just tell them nicely, look, this is the reason why, and you're old enough to make your own decision. And if you think that that's right, then do it. You can't force your beliefs on somebody. If they either want to do it or they don't. End of story. If you're a meat eater and I'm a vegan, I could tell you till I'm blue in the face. If you don't want to be a vegan, you're not going to be. You're just going to eat meat. And as much as I think, I personally don't like eating meat, and a lot of people out there, they'll go, I love animals, so you eat meat. Yes, well, you don't love animals then, do you? Yeah, you love the taste of them, you don't love animals. So, where is the cut-off point? There's dog, cat, cow, pig, right? Why are you allowed to not eat that one, but you're allowed to eat the cow and the pig? It's only because society, and we've grown up to be told that this is what we eat, but we don't eat them. They're all animals, they're all meat. And it's just, and I could tell you that to your face. And you're not, you'll just say, well, I don't care, I just like eating them. So I was like, well, cool. There's nothing else I can do. But, I know what these animals go through to produce the milk, to produce the meat and all that kind of stuff. And I choose not to eat or drink it.
So, as a vegan eater, what does a day look like food-wise? Because everyone's always intrigued, because in their head they eat a certain way, and a vegan eats rabbit food in their head. What does a day's food look like for you?
I go and take my dog for a walk in the park, and I just go on my hands and knees and just eat the grass. I wake up, like I said, I normally go to the gym Monday to Friday, and I'll come home. I've literally just bought a water distiller as well, which is they're banging. So I almost everything's I have with distilled water now. I come back and I have a shake, and it's called Huel, Huel, and it's got everything I need: minerals, proteins, everything, carbs. So I put 2 scoops of that into food blender, and then I have oat milk, and then I put fresh turmeric into the thing, and then I put some pepper, because the pepper then kicks the turmeric off, so you can absorb it. I have vitamin D. I have vitamin B12 supplement. I put some blueberries in with a shake. I just waz it all up and I just down it, and that's my breakfast. Cup of coffee with oat milk. Lunch, I don't know, anything really. Sweet potato and some tomatoes and all that kind of stuff. Salad or vegetables. And in the night, whatever really. I mean, at the moment I'm into my curries. So I'll have chickpea curries or lentil curries, all that kind of stuff. Or you can make a chili out of like 5-bean chili. I have a delivery of organic veg every Wednesday, which is basically the same as a milk delivery back in the day. Yep. They just drop it down at my door, and I've just got a big basket full of organic veg. And in a night, I'll just have a huge plate of veg. Mm-hmm. So that's what I have really.
Okay. And as a endurance trainer, someone that's doing an awful lot of energy output, how much do you track your energy output and make sure that you're eating enough and recovering enough? Because of your extreme personality, I'm wondering how much you actually track whether you're getting enough to support your kind of output.
I don't track. I just go with what my body wants.
Okay.
Well, I know what my body wants, because I've done this for so long now that I know sort of how much food intake I need to do whatever it is I need to. If I'm going out for a 7-hour bike ride, I know exactly what to eat before it. I'll have a big huge bowl of porridge, banana. It doesn't matter. You can have like the biggest meal ever. You know, when you go out on that bike, it's only going to last a certain amount of time.
Yep.
And the secret is just to eat a little bit, but more often. So you just in my back of my pocket, I'll have things like dates, nuts. I'll have Huel bars, Primal Pantry bars. I'll have bananas. So I'll have it all in my back, and as I'm riding, I'll just take little bits, put it back in my bag, little bits. So I'm constantly powering and fueling my ride for the whole 7 hours. And the aim is when I get back after the 7 hours, all my food should be gone, but it's all eaten over the 7 hours. And then I'll get home then, and then I'll fuel up. I'll have some fuel. Obviously put some proteins, carbs, and all my vitamins and minerals in, and then I'll cook myself whatever for dinner, big dinner.
Nice.
So that's how I manage it really. If I'm going swimming, obviously I'm not going to have too much to eat before I go swimming, because I don't want to jump in the pool with a full stomach. And if I am going for a really, really long swim, I mean, my longest training session really is when I'm putting some hours in, is an hour and a half. I'll just have like some cage muscle stuff by the side of the pool, which gives me a kick up the arse, and then I'll have some food when I get in.
Nice.
Same as running. I don't want to go running on a big full stomach. As long as I've got something in my pocket which will fuel me if I'm going for a long run, that's all I need. Really.
Sure. So what are you training for at the moment? What's the next event?
I've sort of I've got one event this year. I'm sort of taking a year out from triathlon, because over the years I've done so much in my body. I've got plantar fasciitis, I've got something wrong with my groin, something wrong with my shoulder. I just thought, I'm just gonna basically concentrate on getting my strength back. I'm just building on that all year, and then coming back next year with a bang. But this year I've got my own Sleep When You're Dead sprint triathlon, which is down in Barry on June the 3rd. The whole idea of the race is to beat me. I know some people won't find that too hard, but I'm just literally about to start training for that. Obviously, I'm more endurance based, so I'm quite actually looking forward to doing the sprint. Everyone says, well, that'll be easy for you. Of course, it's not going to be easy. I mean, because it's a sprint, there's not many miles. You're full gun for the whole thing. So swimming as fast as you can, cycling as fast as you can, running as fast as you can. So I'm going to be proper gassed out. So I'm looking forward to that. If anyone wants to if anyone wants to join us on that, you can go to alornothingevents.com and sign up. As on June the 3rd. And that's all I've got really for this year. And I think I will be cycling. I will be running. I've literally just had shockwave therapy on my plantar fasciitis because I've had it for about 9 months. It's the worst thing you can. Honestly, man, I don't wish it on anybody. Anyone out there who's had it will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's minging, it's horrible. And I really do enjoy running, and I haven't really ran for so long. So Saturday is my first run back after shockwave treatment. So fingers crossed that's going to be, touch wood, everything will be fine. So yeah, I'm basically just gonna run, cycle, swim whenever I want to without having a full training plan in place.
Sure. And are you currently doing any weight training to support that? Have you ever done any?
Yeah, doing a lot. I'm working with a guy called Josh Davis. Monday to Friday. He's currently in India at the moment. Monday to Friday for an hour.
Every day?
Monday to Friday, every day.
Shit. That's quite a lot.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying it because it's something new, something different. Yeah. I'm feeling the benefits already. I've been with him for over a month now. You know, I can feel it feels good, man. It's just nice because I always have to do something. I really, if I don't do any kind of exercise, I sort of go a bit nuts. But so the plan is to build this strength, and then towards the end of this year, then start training again because I've got my wrestling plan for 2019.
Nice. So it sounds like your body's a bit beaten up. How do you look at your flexibility and mobility? It sounds like you could do with a little bit of attention there.
Oh yeah, I think this from years of skateboarding, and then all this endurance stuff. I think it's just all sort of caught up with me a little bit. I wouldn't say I've sort of fallen out of love with it. I think it's because I've done it too much. Yeah. Hence why I'm just taking time out. I think, like everyone really, it's always nice to take a little back seat and then get back into it. I'll be really hungry then when I know I'm fit and ready to go and have a nice break from it. But I think I'm just spending this year really just looking after this body of mine because I mean all these little injuries are sort of hinting at me. I think to sort of slow down a little bit, take 2 minutes, and then get back into it.
I think as you get older as well, you really start to value mobility. One of the things that I'm doing at the moment is trying to progress my splits. So just literally opening my groin. And it's been like the best stretch I've done in my whole life because I'd say my groin is the one area of my body that's like always tight from playing rugby for 20 years. So just being able to open up my groin, my movement's better, my running's better, my squatting's better, my walking's, like everything's better. Just from trying to open up my groin. Yeah,
because I literally got a groin strain now. I don't know how I did it. I think it was, I can't remember, but it's a pain in the ass. But I know what you're saying, yeah. You try and go into the splits. It's shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it's something I need to start concentrating on, I think, and that's yoga and stretching more. I mean, when you finish a run, a bike ride, a swim, you come home, use the roller, stretch out. It's those little things that do go a long way. But I'm just one of those people, when I've done it, I just sit down. Should stretch out.
So, to finish up, is there anything that is in the future that we haven't talked about? Anything on your horizon that you see as a bit of a physical or mental or business challenge that you're going to look to do in the future?
There's many things I want to do. I mean, I want to run across America. I want to do loads of other things, a lot of things similar to that. It's just, that running across America thing's always been on my head. But there's a few other things that I want to get done first.
You do know how big America is, right?
Yeah. Well, I ran John O'Groats Land's End, and that was 900 miles in 30 days.
Fuck.
Oh. I doubt, I've sort of, I know what it's like to run for that long. And after about 20 days, your body sort of gets into that, your body's, what's the word? Conditioned to do that then every day. It's just that first 20 days is quite gnarly. So you sort of take it easy first until your body starts getting used to it, and then poof. But yeah, I think 3,000 miles across America. That's something I'd really like to do with a big Winnebago. Open. There's plans to open a few more businesses and stuff. So yeah, this year's pretty busy business-wise, and touring and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just keep trucking really, and just keep looking for new challenges to keep me entertained and to get fitter, look after myself more, and as I creep slowly towards my 50s.
Shit.
I'm 45 next month, so I'm almost that side of 50 now.
Yeah. Actually, last question. I'm intrigued.
I actually look at getting old. I actually look at getting old as being a challenge as well. Because the older I'm getting, the more I want to prove to people that just because I'm getting old, stop using age as an excuse. I can see me being that kind of person. Yeah. Like when Sorry. Pete, can I phone you back? I'm just doing an interview.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Cheers, back. Bye. Sorry, dude, I keep missing this call. As I get older, I think it's just one of those things that, if just because I'm 60, it doesn't mean I have to need to sit on my ass. I'd like to be able to still go out and do an Ironman and stuff. I mean, I think the oldest person was like 80 or something like that, doing an Ironman at 80 years old.
Badass.
Amazing. Yeah, so I'd like to be that kind of person when I get older.
Nice. Last question. I'm intrigued as to what you just said. Having got into fitness, veganism, and really looking after your body, do you think you've undone a lot of the damage you felt you caused in your younger years, or do you think there's some permanent stuff there that actually an amazing diet and being fit isn't going to fix?
Good question. What did I suppose think? I mean, I smoked a lot.
Yeah.
And I've been off cigarettes now 6 years. So I think they say it's 10 years and you're fully clean and repaired from cigarette smoking.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that when I get to 10 years of no smoking, I've undone some of that. I don't know, I suppose time will tell, really.
Fair enough.
Nobody knows, do they?
But either way, right now you feel good.
Yeah, I feel banging. I feel really good. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's almost like I've had a spiritual awakening for years, and I've gone through it all and I've sort of come up the other side. And here I am.
Nice. Well, Matt, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. I have been exposed, obviously, like gazillions of people to your early stuff. Not so much your newer stuff until Nick Fox, who linked us together. Nick Fox is one of our BTN Academy students, and he linked us up. So thanks to him for linking this show up. Matt, I want people to come and find out what you're doing. You've got a vegan YouTube channel, if I'm correct?
Yeah, it's Pritchard's Proper Vegan Cooking. It's on YouTube. Just type that into YouTube, and I'm on there messing up all the time. I keep forgetting to put ingredients into stuff. I'm like, oh shit, oh damn. So yeah, it's a bit of a different cooking show to your usual stuff.
Oh, I love that. And your race is, did you say?
My race, Sleep When You're Dead Sprint Triathlon, is June the 3rd at Barry Islands, and you go to alornothingevents.com to sign up for it.
Nice.
Come and try and beat me.
Nice. And on social media, you're Matt Pritchard, aren't you?
It's Pritchard SWID, which is Sleep When You're Dead.
Nice.
On Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of malarkey.
All right, dude. Well, thank you very much for joining me on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. All the best. If I can help with anything in the future, reach out to me. I'll help wherever I can. Thank you for giving up the time today, and I hope people that have listened to this have seen value. Reach out to us on social media, say hello, tag us. Maybe share a couple of memories that you know of with Matt's work from kind of the previous stuff, or whether you've been exposed to some of the newer stuff, which is awesome. But Matt, thanks again.
Cheers, Ben. Nice one, Duke. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. Let's wrap up the show. I hope you've enjoyed that. As you see it on social media, please share the love. Share it around. Tag some cool people in it. If your friend might like it, then do it. If you're new to the show, there's another 299 episodes you can go back and look to get stuck into. We've discussed a ton of fitness content on this show, stuff that will inspire and educate you to make some positive moves. If you want more from me, go to bencoomber.com. If you want to learn more about Awesome Supplements, which is our supplement company, go to awesomesupplements.co.uk. And if you want to be educated more in the world of nutrition, loads of free information on there. Go to bodytypenutrition.co.uk. Otherwise, that's me. I'm out. That's show 300. We're done. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you very much for the support that you keep giving the show. It's absolutely invaluable. Thank you, and I will see you on show 301. Goodbye. Hey everyone, Ben Coomber Radio, episode number 299.